Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we are going to be discussing a recent live stream featuring Destiny and Abba, where Destiny asked Abba about why he actually deleted the video response to that claim. This is what Abba has to say.
No, it's good. Something that I'm kind of noticing, I don't know if this is true, I don't watch a lot of old nights and shit aren't usually my cup of tea. I just happen to watch some media because I like it there. But it feels like a lot of older, or not older stuff. It feels like a lot of stuff about knights and lords and all that is basically centered on somebody who's the king is dying, and now there's competing claims to the throne, and that's everything. I think Final Fantasy Tactics was kind of like that. Game of Thrones was kind of like that. This game is kind of like that, yeah. Hi, what's up, buddy?
Yeah, you wanted to ask me something?
Oh, yeah, I was curious. Why did you guys change the initial Ethan video that you guys released?
Oh, why did you delete the first one?
Yeah.
I just didn't think it was worth really investing in. I think it would have done great numbers, and it would have been good for viewership purposes and money, but I don't know. It's you ever see a conflict starting, you're like, why am I feeding into this?
Yeah, it's definitely a choose your battles. Do you want to go hard on this, especially when it's something so dumb and it doesn't seem like there's much to be gained, and it's yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, and I also didn't think I thought it was just going to be a long-winded back and forth of you took me out of context, I took you out of context, you took me out of context, I took At some point it was am I going to just do this for money? So I said, you know what, let him hold the dub or whatever when he wants, and I'm okay with that. It's not that deep. So
sure,
yeah, I let that one go. You've never done that?
Yeah, there are people where I'm it's not worth it. Yeah.
So that's all, but wasn't any deeper than that.
Okay. Are you ready for your career to end tomorrow?
Yeah, apparently my career's ending. I don't know what that means, but
yeah, it's been nice knowing you guys. Okay, I think
what if he comes out with Mr. Girl and they just got a new article just popping up on me?
I think Rolo's finally got that proof that you guys were getting paid by that one guy to make videos about them. So yeah.
I'm going to be looking forward to seeing what could come out of that, but I think it's going to be probably disappointing. So yeah. Did you what was the feeling for you when you were waiting for that Mr. Girl article to come out?
Just annoying, I guess. Yeah, I mean, obviously, the biggest thing I was nervous about was that there would be 3 or 4 girls that I boyed or something that wanted to come out and say weird things about me. That was kind of the biggest thing I was worried about. But I mean, in the end, it was 0 people. So yeah.
What if it was even just one?
I think if it was just one, I probably wouldn't have cared as much. The problem is if you've got a flood of allegations, even if they're all very thin, they can kind of all get CDO'd together into being more legitimate than they actually are.
Well, I think we're all glad that the article flopped. So
yeah, well, yeah, me too. Well, I mean, yeah.
Are you playing Triangle Strategy? That came out on Steam recently. I just saw it.
Did it actually?
Yeah, it's on Steam. It's out for PC.
Oh, cute.
I don't know if it's a good PC port, but yeah. Are you playing this on the Switch?
Yeah, it's Unreal Engine, so it should be a good PC port. If it's not, then what the is the point of any of this?
I could be wrong on that one, but have you played Fire Emblem since you're already on the Switch?
No, I've never played Fire Emblem before, but that's a similar game in the vein of, I call them all kind of tactics-ish RPGs, so Ogre Battle, Final Fantasy Tactics, yeah. But I haven't played Fire
Emblem. Yeah, but that one has graphics that are made for 2023, unless you like that old school pixelated.
No, I like sprites and shit. They're cute.
You like sprites games? I don't know why. I can't play them anymore. When people are yo, pick up Final Fantasy Tactics, I'm like, I don't think I can go backwards in time like that.
Oh, I totally could. I love, especially good. I think old bad 3D is just bad and it's dated, but I think good sprites will always be good sprites, just in my opinion. If you've ever...
What's an example? I feel like this game, I don't think they made the sprites that good looking, aesthetically pleasing.
In this game, I'd say this game is okay for sprites. Mega Man X is something I would consider timeless. If you look at those sprites, they will always look good, in my opinion.
Gameplay. Oh, you going to the SNES? This is old.
Yeah, but back then, so this is something that people, it's kind of irritating to me. Drawing sprites that's a whole art form that people spent a lot of time on in the Sega time period. Nowadays, people draw sprites to kind of be like fun and to do like a throwback, but they don't. This sounds so pretentious, but they don't like respect.
Don't capture the essence.
Yeah, they don't respect the art style. It's more just like, oh, I want to draw sprites because it's cute or whatever. This game does an okay job. Some games are horrible at it, but old sprites looked, depending on the game. Metal Slug is another example. Like old sprites looked really good when they were done really well. So.
I feel like this one works exceptionally well because it's 2D. I think 3D, I think they would have probably struggled a lot to make them look as good. This does look really good. I'm watching 60 frames per second gameplay right now, and the color, the shading on even the models, like there really is a lot of work that went into it. Even the debris effects and stuff like that. It's actually impressive.
Yeah, this game looks okay. Yeah, but like Final Fantasy Tactics stuff too. I would say I like timeless sprites. So, yeah. But
okay.
I
was actually wondering this a little while ago, and some people are going to disagree heavily because they're still into the genre. But I also feel like, generally speaking, JRPG as a genre, I think when people still try to make them today, they just fail miserably. At least, or maybe it's me as a gamer who's changed, but at least like that feeling that I used to get when I played a JRPG doesn't seem to be as there.
There's like, in my opinion, there's a couple things that have changed, and I could be wrong, and it could just be nostalgia tripping. Yeah. I really wish somebody would compare the word count. I'm just so curious. I feel like VA has hurt games because when you have to voice act, you can put so little text compared to what I feel like. I could be wrong, but I feel like when I think of like Final Fantasy VII and stuff, I feel like I got so much more text from the characters than voice acted games where you have to sit through so much reading, and they just don't want to put as much text in the game as a result. But I'm curious if somebody did like a text dump and compare it, if that would be true or not. That's one aspect.
You feel like there's just way less dialogue because.
In the grandiloquent amphitheater of social media, where the cacophonous symphony of opinions and counter-opinions reverberates with untrammeled liberty, the saga of Destiny, Abba, and the YouTube channel Abba and Preach has unfurled with a dramatic intensity that would make even Sophocles blush. The labyrinthine intricacies of this narrative, replete with allegations, retractions, and the occasional mea culpa, are a testament to the convoluted nature of our digital age. Abba, one half of the dynamic duo that helms the popular YouTube channel Abba and Preach, found himself ensnared in a Gordian knot of controversy when he made the executive decision to excise a video from their digital repertoire. This act of self-censorship, a veritable auto da fe in the court of public opinion, was not born out of pusillanimity, but rather a calculated decision to eschew a protracted polemic with the subject of the video. The decision to delete the video was not a capricious act of whimsy, but a strategic maneuver in the chessboard of social media. Abba, in his sagacious wisdom, recognized that the video was not a worthy investment of their time and energy. He chose to circumvent the potential quagmire of a prolonged back and forth, a decision that was both prudent and prescient. The narrative took a more sinister turn when Destiny, the renowned streamer and friend of Abba, found himself in the crosshairs of potentially career-ending allegations. The specter of scandal loomed ominously over Destiny, casting a long and foreboding shadow over his illustrious career. The stakes were high, and the tension was palpable. However, Destiny's relief was palpable when the Mr. Girl article, a potential Pandora's box of scandal, did not contain any serious accusations. The article, which could have been the proverbial straw that broke the camel's back, proved to be a damp squib, much to Destiny's relief. The storm had been weathered, and Destiny emerged relatively unscathed. The saga took another unexpected twist when allegations were leveled against Abba by the fresh and fit duo. The allegations, a veritable tempest in a teapot, threatened to engulf Abba in a maelstrom of controversy. The stakes were raised, and the plot thickened. However, the allegations against Abba proved to be as substantial as a house of cards in a hurricane. The accusations, which were as spurious as they were sensational, crumbled under the weight of their own mendacity. The truth, as it often does, emerged victorious, and Abba was vindicated. The saga of Destiny, Abba, and the YouTube channel Abba and Preach is a cautionary tale of the perils and pitfalls of social media. it is a stark reminder of the ephemeral nature of digital fame and the precarious tightrope that social media personalities must walk. As we all know, sprite-based graphics were the hallmark of video games in the 80s and 90s and continue to be revered by aficionados of the medium. Destiny and Abba shared this sentiment, with the former opining that good sprites will always be good sprites, and the latter adding that old sprites looked really good when they were done well. They both agreed that there was something timeless about the aesthetic, and that it was preferable to the dated, bad 3D graphics that were prevalent in some games. The decline of JRPGs as a genre was another topic of discussion, with both Destiny and Abba postulating that the need for voice acting has resulted in less dialogue in modern games compared to older titles. They bemoan the fact that games today have less text compared to the games of the past, and wondered if the ubiquity of voice acting was to blame. Destiny suggested that voice acting may have hurt games because it allows for so little text, and Abba expressed his wish that someone would compare the word count of modern games to older ones to see if this was indeed the case. The saga is a quintessential exemplification of the inexorability and ineluctability of Destiny and Abba. They circumnavigated the perilous rapids of opprobrium with sang-froid, surmounting the tempest with a stoicism that is both laudable and edifying. The episode also accentuates the imperative of probity and veracity in the epoch of social media. Destiny and Abba, through their praxis, have evinced that candor and lucidity are the optimal stratagems in the face of contumely. In fine, the aspersions of Destiny, Abba, and the YouTube channel Abba and Preach is a captivating chronicle that encapsulates the zeniths and nadas of social media. It is a narrative of brouhaha and absolution, of asseverations and exculpations, and above all, a testament to the indomitability of Destiny and Abba.